Who think that sharing a kitchen can be abusive.
When Cody makes the statement, wives having the same kitchen is abusive, it makes me sad because I take it personal. No, that Janelle feels like I abused her in our relationship in the beginning. And that was not ever my intention. Janelle, I want you to know that. It wasn't ever my intention to be abusive to you.
No, it was a personality difference.
It was, to me, it was an issue of, I was raised in a way that I could say how I felt and I could say what I wanted. That ended up looking abusive and feeling abusive. And I'm very sorry about that, Janelle. No intention. It was just, well, I think it makes sense to have the cups go here. I think it makes sense to fold the laundry this way. I have a louder voice and I have a stronger voice. And I had not yet, in those years, learned to temper that.
I had no idea what I was, I had no idea that I could say what I wanted. And Cody had no idea that he was supposed to be listening for me.
Hey guys, it's Maryam. You might press a like, share, subscribe. Down below, y'all. Today we are going to be talking about the abuse that happened between Mary and Janelle. Really, Mary more so on Janelle. Well, I saw this scene from one of the earlier seasons, and I just thought it was very interesting because Mary, one, I felt like is a little raggedy. You know what you did.
Yeah.
And you sit down here.
In terms of abuse.
You gaslight.
That's what I thought.
You give excuses for the abuse.
Mm-hmm.
And then you try to minimize what she went through.
Yeah.
And then you try to make it seem like, oh, Janelle thinks that I abused her. As Christine sits there and looks at you as if like, no, you are actually an abuser.
Yeah.
Right? And she was talking about how, I didn't know the cups had to go here and the cups had to go there. So you're making it seem like the abuse was over cup placement or dishware placement.
Like, or the laundry should be folded this way.
Which I'm sure it was more than that.
Expressing that was a problem because I had grown up in a family that I could express my thoughts and all. You know what I think with Mary? I don't know if, even if she grew up in a family she was able to express her thoughts, I think it was par for the course in her family where whether you express yourself or not, she wasn't listened to.
Yeah.
And that's why with Cody, it felt familiar.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't listen to anything.
No, not at all.
You know what I'm saying? So
and I don't even know if I believe that statement that Mary was talking about, how where she could speak her mind.
I doubted that too.
Cody said she was shy and timid. No one even noticed her.
No.
Christine said she had actually seen her. Well, she didn't even
She
realize
found
that
out
she knew
had
Mary.
been in the house 4 different times she had been to Christine's house.
She didn't
She didn't
even pay attention to
that
her.
she had done that. Maybe Mary told her when Christine found out to give us his wife.
So I seriously doubt that your voice was louder, strouder. Yeah, because I mean, my thing is you don't even express yourself with Cody.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely not.
So that's what I feel. I felt like it was wrong, but then again, they know. Cody knows, Mary knows, Robin knows, and Christine knows. Janelle's not going to really say much because we need this check.
Certainly not in a public forum like that.
No.
I mean,
Janelle
is going to try to let it go away. That's why Janelle was like,
she was stuttering all along. She had no idea what the hell to say.
She was just trying to placate her at that point. Yeah, well, I mean, we didn't know about
I
personalities and all that. So
after she threw that dig, I had a stronger voice. She's like, well, I had no idea. I could express my. I was like, okay, I don't know what the hell to say. Because I already know this is not genuine. Because what you did was abuse me. Even Christine talked about a time where Mary actually bullied her and put her down so much when she was 9 months pregnant and said that she looked a hot ass mess and laughed her out the room.
Oh, yes,
so I mean, emotional abuse, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if she ever got violent.
It's because of you, and you talked about it before, like the pain she must have felt.
Yeah.
The fact she wasn't able to have children, and then you have these women around you who seem to be as fertile goats. You know, like every year, I'm hearing one of them is pregnant.
Mr. Energizer
While I'm
Bunny.
not able to get pregnant. Exactly. So he's letting you know, oh, I am here.
It's on and popping in this trailer next door.
You know what I'm saying? And then I wonder too, if during those times those early years,
Yeah.
he had already started punishing her
Yeah.
by not being physical with her.
I'm sure.
So maybe she was thinking, oh, he's physical. All these women, these two women are often more often than me.
Yeah. I personally think Cody actually had stopped having sex with Mary before the show even started. That's my belief. That's what I think, because my thing is they've had seasons where they've had like 2 seasons in a year. You know what I'm saying? And she said she hasn't had sex with him for 10 years. So let's just say.
No, I think it started with, I didn't get that.
I think it was before. Because and he seems irritated. It didn't seem like he wanted to actually be alone with Mary. I remember he took her on that, that honeymoon.
Yeah.
And he refused to like spend some quality time with her alone. Like he wanted to do active stuff, and then he was talking about other women.
Yeah.
It did not give me the vibe that they are there having sex.
Yeah.
And it's some love in the marriage. She said that when Robin came, they were at a boiling point. If you're at a boiling point in your marriage, are you having sex?
She said
I doubt it.
She said they were at the lowest point of their marriage.
Yeah.
Yes.
In my opinion, I've never been married.
I didn't think about that. And because it was when Robin came, she was like this thing that it kind of glued them together.
Yeah.
She said the way she said it was a little weird.
Yeah.
Like this was their little
Secret. She's a whole
and
human being. She's like your little secret.
He brought us together.
Until he married her and then dropped you off like a bad habit.
Before he married her, because remember,
yeah,
he
they started
going with her so
yeah.
that they could get time to get to know each other.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, I've never been married, but even though I said it on the show before, I do think that, even if you like have an argument or you're not on the terms with your husband, you guys should still come together to be physical, because that at least connects you, and then sometimes that anger will just melt away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, like, if you're at like a horrible, completely shitty place in your marriage, where you feel like there's no coming back, I seriously doubt people are having sex. For those who have been married, y'all let me know. But I don't think you are. Why would you be doing that if you guys can't even communicate or can't even get along?
And especially when he already has 2 women there too, to satisfy that need.
Exactly. So why would I be coming to you to come get it on when we just had an argument 2 minutes ago and I can't stand you? I don't think so. So it's my suspicion.
I never even thought about that.
I think he had stopped having sex with her before. I mean, if he was, maybe once a year, maybe he was doing half sex once a year or something. But I don't see it. I don't believe that they actually were. What were we talking about? Something else? No? What was this about?
It was about the abuse.
Oh,
It was about the abuse and Mary gaslighting Janelle.
Yeah, so I just thought,
it was weird when she brought it up, and then I think about,
and then apologize, but it's not like you're going to actually sit down here and say all that you really did, and then you're trying to say that I'm weak, basically.
And then, it's kind of one of those things where you're apologizing, but you're kind of like raising yourself up in your apology and putting someone else down.
Yeah.
And then the other thing too, I wonder at that point I'm sure the stuff with the kids had occurred, right? Where they felt like allegedly Mary was abusive to them, right? So that had already occurred then. So that's why Christine was kind of just looking at her, like her side view looked like disgust at Mary.
Pure disgust, actually.
Like just.
And this scene actually came from that scene where Cody was talking to another polygamist and his wife, and he says, I have 2 wives who think sharing the kitchen is abusive. Which also Cody's there making fun of it too, so he's no help.
Yeah.
Like, can you believe it? They think sharing the kitchen is abusive?
Cody, this is why his father said he was irresponsible. He can't catch a clue. So he's like, and even when he does catch a clue,
he don't care.
He does not care also. So
love the family, and I will love you.
Yeah, you're full of. That's what
Calvin.
I wish you just told me you're full of.
Yeah.
And I know what.
Like, that's laughable. I need to love the family. Yeah. Please just get the hell out of my face. This anniversary is over.
It just like now when we have found out so much.
Yeah.
I kind of look at all of these things now, like the back shows.
Yeah.
And wonder, you see with different eyes.
Yeah.
now. You know, I mean, Mary was always crying. We were always feeling sorry for Mary.
I know.
She would cry at the drop of the hat, and the reason
I feel
why
bad.
she was, well, I think a lot of the tears were genuine too, though. This woman she was traumatized.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She did not even know where to go for healing, how to get healing.
Right.
So you could just touch her like this and she'll start to cry.
Yeah. Very
You
true.
know? Like the tears were always right there.
Yeah.
Especially where Cody was concerned.
Absolutely.
And he just got to a space where he actually didn't care about her tears.
No, he was over it, and he was actually.
I mean, I don't even think that he even showed. I think the only time I remember him kissing her when she was crying was when he was leaving to go see Robin.
Yeah.
And he went around all the wives to give them a kiss.
Right.
And she was kind of crying because she was going to miss him.
Right.
Or it was going on the honeymoon, I do believe it was.
Yeah.
Robin. And she was crying and he kissed her, comforting her. I think that was just for the cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wasn't really comforting Mary. He could care less.
Yeah. He didn't care.
You know, and then when you think about it too, in the space of how long had they been married when the marriage was already at the lowest point?
I
That
think
must
they
have
only
been
had
less
maybe
than-
one solid year, if that, of good marriage. 'Cause, I mean, he was
Yeah.
breaking her heart before they even got together.
Before him and Janelle.
Yeah.
When he was already going to see other people.
I mean,
Like,
as
he was
soon as
already
he married
courting.
Mary, he was looking at other
He was
women.
already looking for other women.
I
I mean, he was ready, frankly. He was ready,
I
you
just,
know.
I just don't know how Mary. It was, from what I read, it seemed like it was a shit show
Yeah.
from the start. I don't know how she kept on
Well,
in this vein.
She got happy about little things, whatever prompts he gave her. Like, hey, we're gonna go out of town. He probably was going with her out of town because he needs a woman with him.
Yeah.
Right? So to satisfy his need, to take care of him, make sure he's eating,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
he goes with her. Oh, and to be a companion on the drive.
Yeah. And then to have somebody who he can just spill all of his secrets to and talk to.
A
Because
good
he needs
listener.
attention.
Yeah, a good listener.
Yeah.
You know, Janelle certainly wasn't doing that for him.
No, hell no. She was barely letting him kiss her.
Yeah.
33 years into the marriage, I've had to learn how to stay still so you can kiss me.
Maybe 10 years into the marriage.
Yeah, not 33, like maybe 10, 20 years. So I mean, that was interesting in and of itself. But it's Mary.
And
Pretty much got the light.
share.
Subscribe.
And comment down below, what do you think of this scene? Do you think that Mary was genuine?
Yeah.
You know, and do you think it was even an appropriate time to bring it up?
Yeah.
Especially, you know, in view of the fact that all this other stuff had gone down.